Hello everyone, this is MV from a slightly, let's say, overcast Cardiff. It's 3:19. I'm taking a break from work. Yeah, I bent my brain into all kinds of shapes this afternoon. I thought I'd take a break, and maybe even an early afternoon, what the hell. Yeah, so continuation of my 1962 Mets. Big Clue offered up a challenge. I believe he's doing his on Action PC. In fact, I know he is. And I'm doing mine on Out of the Park with minor leagues imported, entire history imported, recalc on, as opposed to the Out of the Park development engine. So we should see something close to what really happened. The difference is I'm up against the AI GMs. And yeah, I made a few changes. As I'm looking at the screen now, we are at July the 1st, so just a few days away from the All-Star break, I believe. And my Mets actually are doing fairly well. Considering they only won 40 games in 1962, we are currently 39-42, holding on pretty well. A quick look at the Mets, and I've done only a few trades. Well, I've done a few trades. The biggest addition for me has been Bob Neiman. He was a veteran, does earn quite a bit, and I got rid of Richie Ashburn. Not for Neiman, though. He's batting 286, 9 home runs. Frank Howard, the blue-eyed Frank Howard, is Frank Thomas, sorry, is 17 home runs so far, so he's done reasonably well. Oh, very well, I'd say. Jim Marshall provides some power. But the pitching has probably been a little bit of a surprise. Al Jackson, I don't know much about Al Jackson, he's 10-3. Tracy Stallard, who I brought in at some point, seems to be doing reasonably well as well. You know, for someone who is only a 1.5 star guy, really. So maybe it's the pitching effect. Bob Miller is the ace of the staff. You know, he's done reasonably well. Has some room for improvement there, actually. Clem Levine is the old Brooklyn Dodger there. J Hook, Craig Anderson. Yeah, J Hook probably could do with moving him on, or at least getting a better replacement. You know, after half a season, you start to see who's who. Ray Davion. So my bullpen looks like it needs a bit of work. There is a way to obviously look at the statistics for the league by team, which I cannot figure out or remember just yet. It will come to me. I think it's here. Power rankings. On the power ranking front anyway, we are 13th. Last week we were 7th. But we're about exactly where we expected for the talent I have on board. So I can't complain about that. Team statistics, there we go. If we go to, there's a way to remember. There is a way to see where you stack up in the league. Just have to kind of remember where it is. Could have swore it was here. Yeah. Team stat rankings. So, base percentage, we're 4th. That's probably where we're getting some traction from. Base running, 3rd. Running. I kind of like this. Sherman Jones is still out. So, for the second half of the season, the decision is I probably would want to get... Roger Craig is not necessarily that good for me at the moment. This is the Roger Craig that would go on to manage the Giants. Former Dodger again. He's got some good seasons to come still. Relatively good. I could keep him. But let's see my roster, shall we? So roster and transactions where I tend to live. If we get the second half of the season going. Probably only do this stream for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Lineups. graphical chart. That's the one I want, daily lineups. Front office, there you go. So I do front office player development. It shows my entire team. If I just show the minor leagues, it will show minor leagues. Prospects. There's Ed Kranepool. He's still only 17. It's amazing how popular the name Bernie was at this stage. And we have our own Bernie in our community. Bernie Strom. So I was just looking at my team to see who I could get rid of. Now Gus Bell is actually playing for me at the moment, off the bench. I think there's some value in Gus not being around. So far be it from me to mess around with a man's future. But if I'm looking at Bob Neiman, who is around, front office, player development. Gus is actually playing in the minors at the moment. He's only batting .223. So either way, he's angry as well. Well, he can stay angry. Let's see if we get anything for him. Oh, there's a relief pitcher already that I see, Pete Burnside. Looking at these, Don McMahon. Much better improvement. Don McMahon, 18,000. There's a Tim Tolton. In real life, he was a career minor leaguer, but got a little sniff in 1966. Tim Tolton. I don't need him. I like the look of McMahon for my bullpen. Pete Burnside looks like a good guy too. So at the moment is 31-year-old Pete Burnside. Here's the future pitching coach, George Bamberger. And Dean Stone. It's looking like McMahon. Scouts say. Been a few too many walks for McMahon, but he's an improvement for my bullpen. So let's trade. We'd lose 9,000. Submit the offer, and let's wait a couple of days. If we reacted straight away. They weren't either. Ken McKenzie, Ken Hubbs, they're off the table. Sammy Drake. We could afford to let him go. Actually, Sammy Drake is not bad. We'll keep Sammy. Bernie Smith is playing okay for the Santa Barbara Rancheros, our other minor league team out in the California League. He's batting .304. Not sure how good he is. I could probably just get rid of him. The rest of the names I do recognize. I think Jim Marshall has power, so we like Jim. But we're gonna. Are we giving up too much here? They've got. Let's give them Bernie Smith. What the hell? Is there anyone they've got that I could have as an addition? I'm looking for a value in a first baseman. Joe Adcock could come. But that's for win now. We don't want to win now. We want a little bit of future and be competitive. So his active roster, we want everything. Let's look at his prospects. Ooh. Rico Carty. There's some good stuff here. Milton Smith, I like him. I like him. There's old Nuxie. Would they give me Necro as well? It's not looking good at the moment, is he? He's got potential. He's only 23. Wade Blassingame, another one. Got potential. Clay Carroll. I doubt they'd give these guys up, but let's have a shot. Let's go for... Oh, there's a Sunday Alomar Senior. Not up to much, I don't think. Walt Herniak. He should be able to hit. Nope. Good to see some names I do recognise. Oh, interesting farm system they've got. Alright, I'm only interested in these guys. Milton Smith. A bit of a reach, maybe. Looking at his stats here, in AAA last season, or this season, he's got an OPS of plus of 131. Only hits, but he gets on base. You know what? We want Milton Smith, so add him into the pot. Drag him in here. So we're giving up Gus Bell, Bernie Smith, I mean, Bell for McMahon is pretty good anyway. That's something. That phone will ring shortly. They're almost there. Right, here we go. Milwaukee now has got back on the phone. They have a deal if we add Cranepool, Hub, Chacon, Hardin. Oh, you're kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You are kidding me. I'm not giving up Boucher or Mantilla or Hubs or Chacon. Hardin, no. So it could be Cranepool or Joe Christopher. He's too good. There's a bit of cheating. Is Christopher really going to pan out? Oh, I feel like it's a stupid move. Is Joe Christopher Cranepool will definitely pan out according to history. If it follows history, then Cranepool is something I hold on to. Jim Hardin. I feel like I'm making a mistake here, so don't do it. He's a pitcher. He's not pitching well at the moment. He does have a decent career, Hardin. Or does he? Do you know what? Man, oh man. I should have just stayed with the original deal. Milton Smith just looks like a prospect I really want. Oh, God. Being fleeced here. All right. You want Joe Christopher? You got him. No. I'm going to go for more then. I want another person. I want another prospect. I want somebody else. These guys all get on base. So the way I see it, the way people were being valued in the 60s is not the way we value them now. Obviously, this is the eye test and it's analytics. This is clearly taking analytics into account. So I should have the upper hand. Oh, man. Oh. Okay. They weren't on the truck. I just discovered that they were on the training book. So actually, Joe Adcock could just go. Let's see what they say there. I'm really reaching here. No way. Of course they say no way. Ah, we don't need Hancock. Yeah, let's go with Bolly. No. Let's go with Matt Millen. Sweeten the pot there, see what happens. Again. No way. Alright, let's just do this one. The Christopher deal I may come to regret, but it's not like he's a big star, and I'm definitely getting a star closer. Okay. What do you mean almost? You just accepted. Oh my God. You're fleecing me here. Give him this kid. Fern Pritchett. We don't really know who he is. But if you're just going to be a little pernickety, Mr. Milwaukee, so be it. Damn. Right, that's gone through. So, Don McMahon, you are going straight in. Milton Smith, you're going to go and play here. He has a major league contract. That's lovely, isn't it? Roster's full. Marvellous. Get rid of someone. Paul, you're going to have to step down, son. Paul Blair had a little take. Paul Blair, actually, is batting .298. Oh, jeez. Should have thought that one through for a second. Monty Bond, you can go back down, and Paul, you can go back up. Cool. So, folks, just had this kind of some trades. A trade, hunting around. Let's go to the 62 All-Star. I haven't seen a game at home yet, actually. We'll do that afterwards. So, here we are. I think we're at the All-Star break now. We are 43 and 45. Home screen. Bob Newman's day to day. At the moment, we're doing okay. Took a loss to the actual Cardinals. So some highlights here. I think it works. So this looks like a highlight from... I thought I had highlights turned off, but obviously not. We do play at the Polo Ground, so that's nice to see. So I need pull hitters. Not that I thought about that, but I kind of instinctively knew that. So this would have been in the third inning. Let's have a look at what happened. This is highlights. Al Jackson on the mound. was drilled. And that was a single, so the Cardinals went up in the top of the first. Bottom of the third inning, Kurt Simmons on the mound for St. Louis. Robert Rickard on the mound batting for me. Rickard was only batting 193. But had a little flare to right. Chacon moved to second. So that brought up Al Jackson, the pitcher. Jackson batted 255. Chacon on second, Rickard at first. He bunted it. And that was safe. So we had runners everywhere. Ken Hubbs is batting reasonably well. And Hubbs laced it to right field to score a run. Chacon scored. It's 2-1. So Simmons was in trouble at this point. Simmons 33 against Ed Boucher. Nicely hit by Boucher to right field. Muzio grabbed it, but Rickard scored. It's leveled up 2-2. Both Frank Thomason. And there was an error at third by Boyer. So bases were loaded for Jim Marshall. And he struck out. And that bring up Bob Neiman, my big man. Carrying a day-to-day injury he was. So bases were loaded. Got top of the fourth inning. And Sawatsky was at the plate. That was hit to right field. Nicely out of the jam, Al Jackson. At the bottom of the fourth, this is all highlights. That was hit to right field, bounced in. So Al Jackson continues to hit. Top of the fifth it was. Key strikeout from Al Jackson on the outside. Ken Boyer was up next. And he launched his to deep right field. And the slow outfielders went after it. Well, they are slow. Boucher had it. And Flood would come home. Lucial at the plate. He was struck out by Jackson. At the bottom of the seventh, tie score tie 3-3. And that was taken out of here by Ken Hubbs. That was drilled to center field. Nice play by Boucher. There's a veteran, Clem LeBine, in there. Trying to close it down. Got one hit to Clemens. That was hit to right field. So top of the ninth, it was LeBine again to get the save. Struck him out. Shane Dienst. Two away. And a pop-up to end the game. And the Mets win another one. So that's looking good. So interesting that we're managing to do that. You know, all the time I've been doing this, I didn't even look at the chat. Apologies. I almost thought I was playing on my own. So I'm just going to have a look and see if anyone did catch this. It's only going to be a short one. So I thought I'd just snuck off work for a little bit. So my apologies. This is MV apologising. I thought I was recording it for a moment. Unless I am. I don't think I am. I think I am recording it. Now I've got to just double check. No, I'm streaming. My sincere apologies, folks. If you were watching, I actually thought, hey, hello Dwayne, hello TSUK, Bernie. I don't think I am recording. Yeah, I didn't even realise I was recording. I just realised. I thought I was recording, not streaming. I knew I wanted to stream. So yeah, it's a bit of my Mets, really, just showing off what was happening. And yeah, the Braves are so we've done well. I think what we've done is just, you know, I did some trades. If you've been following it for the last couple of days, I've done some trades, like I said. Apologies there for not connecting with you all. I generally thought I was recording at one point. And I just realised, hang on a minute, I'm actually streaming. So, yeah, it's Bernie. What I did notice, there's a lot of people called Bernie. So it's a name that was clearly popular, I'd say 20 years before this. So we're talking 60, so say from the Second World War, maybe before. So that's interesting to watch. So, the Braves, yes, I was doing some spy stuff there, Dwayne. If you look at the Braves, now that you see me do it, unconsciously, I didn't realise you were watching live. Yeah, well, let's have a look and see how I look. Because if we go to the New York Mets and we look at my rosters and transactions, we should see. Now, Rickard, I don't remember where I got him from. He was there all along, it looks like. Anyway, the point I'm making here is, where do we put Don McMahon in the depth chart? So what I'm going to do, I don't always like the AI to set my lineups up. I tend to do it myself. So go to pitching. There's McMahon in no role specified. So I'm now going to ask, because I've taken coaches out, so it has a generic bench coach. Where should McMahon be? Now McMahon's going to take from Clem Labine and become the stopper. That's fine. He'll come in the 8th or later. Clem Labine will be the 6th or later. I'm quite happy with that. So it just bolsters my bullpen just that little bit more. Yeah, Bernie, it's a great way to play the game. It's the way I learned to play it originally. Was always GM. Later on, when the visuals came, which was about out of the park 12, I want to say. That's when they had little pawns representing the players. Then I started to do a bit more exhibitions and so forth. But the GM was always the way to go from early days. So you can see, I mean, the other night you were here, Bernie, you saw me, you advised me to get Stallard. He's done reasonably well, actually. I'd say so. So, thank you. Yeah, you saw me try and get Necro. Well, Necro does, what I've done it is I've done it on 3-year calc. So it takes their best peak 3 years and keeps calculating every season. So I know that he should come good, but it doesn't always, although I haven't got alternate reality on, clearly the minute you throw the first pitch, there's an element of fiction in there as well. So most of these players should still pan out the way they did, but not always. Because injuries come in and the stadiums they're playing in are slightly different. I'm trying to get rid of Roger Craig at the moment. Craig is not having the best of seasons, according to my metrics anyway. He's got a. In fact, he's not that good at the moment in general. So what I'm going to do is just the All-Star game is coming up shortly, I think. I will do one game. As I said, I'm just sticking off work for a little bit. I'm just fed up at the moment with work, so I'll just take a break. They won't miss me. If I suddenly get a call, though, I will have to go. So Bob Miller's my ace. Ray Siddiqui is the opponent. It'll be played at the Polo Grounds. And as you can see, here's my lineup. In fact, I won't play a game, actually. That'll just slow everything down. I'll just let it play out the 62, up to the 62 All-Star game. There is a home run challenge, so let's have a look and see how that looks. Bob Neiman has a day-to-day injury. You can see my injuries here. These are my minor leaguers here. Sherman Jones has never started for me. Got injured pretty early in the season, and he's out. If you go to rosters and transactions, I do have a wonderful player at the moment. Where is he gone? Lou Brock, who I got in a trade. The trade was with... Who was the trade with? Richie Ashburn. So I got rid of Richie Ashburn for Grim Mason for Lou Brock and Kurt Motton. Motton is playing for the Quincy Jets at the moment in the Midwest League. He's currently a right fielder. He's batting .302 with a 3.98 on base percentage. So I'm going to keep a little eye on him because he gets on base. You know, I'm using the metrics they weren't using as much in the, say, the early 60s. I think it would have been Earl Weaver that would be really into that. So that's working for me at the minute. Paul Blair, by the way, we know he's going to come to center field later on, starts the game as a shortstop. He's currently batting .280. He does have only one stolen base, Paul Blair, but there's a cornerstone of the franchise in the future. Lou Brock, we know he's batting reasonably well. And in fact, Blair does his major league stats. With Lou Brock, on the other hand, he's batting .313 in A ball or in the minors. So we're looking okay at the moment. Let's cross the transactions. If I just go back up here again. Yeah, Blair says a way to develop, but he's had a couple of at-bats. Probably carrying too many catches, but Hobie Landreth has been doing pretty well for me at the moment. So I said I'll just do one game. Just taking it up to the All-Star Challenge because All-Star break. This should do it. So it says play all home run challenge. Should I do that just to see how that works? I have no idea what I'm doing. But I can see that these are the actual players selected for the home run challenge. I guess that's the home run derby, I think. And here are the brackets. I've not done this before. I think I've done it once before, about a year or two ago. So I generally can't remember how this works. But these looks like the main stuff. So let's play Roger Maris. I think this is some clicking is going to be involved here. So I put it on watch. There's some points for Roger Maris. This is the home run derby 1962. We're watching Roger Maris against Joe Adcock. That one's gone deep. That one's in. Home run derby here, 1962. Maris has got a little bit of time here. Hey, legends. This won't be much longer. Just thought I'd sim out the home run derby. My Mets are playing about 500 ball in 1962. Done some trades. I was just showing them off. And latest acquisitions from the Braves. Don McMahon has come into my team. Wow. I'm just simming Roger Maris versus Joe Adcock. It's a cool little feature. So, hopefully I can get out of this in a second. Just have a look at Sim Player. Hey, Clinton. The 62 Mets at the moment have been a lot easier to me to do, partly because I'm using some form of analytic, because I know I'm looking for on-base percentage rather than batting average, which we all take for granted now, we know that. But did they know that as much in 1962? I'm not sure. So I think I've got a little advantage. Yeah, I'm coming off soon, legends, because I'm only stuck out of work for a little bit. Just having a look at the home run derby here. This seems to be just stuck. Oh, I see. I have to time it if I'm not right. So I'm actually Mickey Mantle at the moment. I just realized. Boom! That's actually quite a cool way of playing it. Never done that before. So I have to time it with my mouse clicker. But I need one over the plate. Alright, Mickey. That's actually quite cool. And I have to time it. Swinging too early. Yes. I need Mickey to extend his arms. Yes. Oh, Mickey, you so fine. Oh, Mickey. Too late. So that's really cool. You can play as the batter. I forgot about that. I didn't even know that. Change the camera view, which I knew about, but I didn't know you could do that on the home run derby. Bob Allison's stepping up now, and I can play as Bob Allison, I guess, or I can sim him. I was fleecing the Braves, you're right. Here's Willie McCovey. So I'm going to try and beat Bob Allison's 10. This is so cool. I didn't realize I could do this. We're at the All-Star break. Dwayne, it's called Red Bolt. Nation of One, General Managing. Can I hit this with Willie McCovey? Yes. How's he doing in the series, Legends, Willie McCovey? I catch pieces of your game here and there. So I'm playing as Willie McCovey right now. Line driving. Got to beat Bob Allison's score. It's a bit like golf. I'm timing well. Oh, Willie, you're looking good. Yeah. Oh, Willie's got some power, man. Tied it up. One more. Come on, MV. That's it, Willie McCovey through. Okay, good, because I watched a piece of it yesterday. I'll just get this through, simulate the round. Looks like Joe Adcock. So press exit. So Home Run Challenge is a feature that they've had in the game for a couple of years, but I've never actually used it until just now, and I was clicking the mouse key just to end it on where the Mets are. We'll do a week of the, so this is continuation of this, the results. So the winner of the Home Run Derby was Hank Aaron. I did have a little touch around with Willie McCovey, that was pretty cool. But Aaron is the winner of the Home Run Derby. I guess you might want to see who the All-Star game, I think that's gone now. The All-Star game was won by the National League. Home run by Ken Boyer and Stan the Man Musial. The box score. Let's have a look. Who pitched for the National League? Sandy Koufax had 1 inning. Marichal had 1 inning and got the win. Spahn had 1 inning. So quite interested to see this. It was played at Sportsman's Park. 1962 down. Let's see if my Mets now continue their streak. So I'll just do a month of sim and break for any messages that come through. So there's my Mets, 44 and 51. We included McMahon, Don McMahon in the bullpen. Thanks, Dwayne. Now we're beginning to slip, as Dwayne has just put the curse on us. So shutdown streak, Clem Lebine as a 10-game shutdown streak. Nice. Got a trade proposal, looks like. Nope. So some development here. Al Jackson's gone up a little bit, which is good. Jay Hook has gone up definitely. Bob Neiman has dropped. Now Bob Neiman should drop a little bit because he's 35. He's my free agent pickup, or my trade, my earliest trade. I traded him to what is the Cleveland Indians now, for Harry Cheaty and Walter Bianchi. Harry Cheaty, 29-year-old, is playing for Cleveland. At the moment, he's batting 333 from limited at bats, so not missing him really. Walter Bianchi, a career minor leaguer in real life, it looks like. He's 20 years old. He's playing A-ball, so I didn't really lose much from him. Just a quick look at my team home screen again before I do the last. I'm just going to sim out the rest of August. Ed Boucher was a risk I took in center field. He's batting 227, has got 11 home runs. Bob Newman's cooled off in terms of power, batting 278. Frank Thomas, blue-eyed Frank Thomas, 259. Jim Marshall, 234. I go to my lineups because I like to mess around with my lineups, red bolt style. But lineups versus right-handers. Let's have a look and see how we're doing versus righties. I'll go to my OPS plus. Who is playing the best? Milton Swift, the guy I just picked up, has got 6 hits and 11 at-bats. He doesn't have a face because in real life, Milton Swift was a career minor leaguer. So I'll have to find a face gen. I do have face gen, so I could create him quite easily. Paul Blair is the young man that is sitting on the bench. He's batting 324, but from only 34 at bats. I do have Ken Hubbs, who sadly died in a plane crash in real life, playing shortstop He is a second baseman. He's batting 294. So, why was I doing all of this? Just to see who's on top. Okay, Boucher's in the right spot. Hobie Landreth could probably do with batting a third. This is against righties. Yep. I need a leadoff man. Ken Hubbs, you've now earned that position. Felix Mantilla. I like a lefty here. This is where it gets tricky. I like a lefty second, hitting second. Who's the better hitter, Mantilla or Landreth? Both are batting 285. I'll be quite happy with both. Boucher is not hitting, but he's getting on base. Power, Bob Neiman, but hitting 297, not slugging the best. Lead off with Mantilla. Hubbs third. Hubbs is showing some power. Ken Hubbs was a risk because if you look at his stats, he's not showing much, but I guess I know in real life, for his short career, he's not bad. He just never got a chance, did he, bless him? So I'm hoping that will pan out for me. It seems to be so far. Hey, big clue. Yeah, I have a clue. I'd love to know how you did. I know we spoke on Discord. It's cool. It's just seeing my madness with Mantilla, Boucher, and Hubbs by justification. Batting fourth or cleanup against righties. Frank Thomas is 379 slugging. But he's not the best, actually. Bob Neiman could probably bat there. And it's telling me, actually, in my head, it might be time for Golden Boy Frank Thomas to go. Because I can't have these power hitters hitting that far down. Oh, this is decisions. Frank Thomas has hit 17 home runs, mind you. 11 home runs. Boucher's hit 9 against righties. It's probably going to have to be Frank Thomas here then. And then followed by Marshall, followed by Neiman, Elio Chacon, and Hobie Landreth. Now Landreth needs to bat higher. It's hard. It's really hard. Landreth gets on base. So what I'm trying to do is Boucher. I'm trying to justify Boucher he's definitely justified. Ken Hubbs is justified. Ken Hubbs have more power. He's got 475 slugging than Hobie Landreth. Yes, he does. Frank Thomas, Hobie Landreth. See? Hobie is more powerful than Frank Thomas against righties with a decent sample size. In fact, Frank Thomas is not the best at all. Slugging. Bob Neiman deserves to be higher. Well, it just shows that the hitting's not too bad. So how did I get Tracy Stallard? Bernie recommended him. No, when let's have a look. Tracy Stallard, losses and transactions. Go to my pitching. Stallard, who seems to have dropped out again. There he is. He's in my starting rotation, actually. Yeah, right. So here we go. I got him for. I went to the Red Sox. I got rid of Gil Hodges and Jimmy McClure for Tracy Stallard. As still as 24 years old. In my season at the moment, he's doing okay. So that's how I got him. How you're doing it, Clue, fascinates me, and it looks like Clinton as well, because I don't know how you're doing the trades for the other teams. At least in this, I can see the other teams also making their trades. So my universe is already changed from the moment we did the first pitch. So here we go. We're on the first. We're in August the 1st. Team home screen. I've messed around with my righty hitting. I just want to make sure my lefty hitting is also there. I can ask the bench coach to set up depth charts based on these lineups, so that's fine. I'm not messing around with this stuff here, as I trust the AI on that one. Ron Hunt is in the minor leagues. He was in the minor leagues. I can see him now. He's on my main roster. 21 years old. Ron is batting 167. It's a little too early for him. Yet, Ked Hubbs, who's batting by 3 spot for some reason, I've just put him there, is batting pretty well. Let's see how Hubbs holds up though. So, Clue pulled at Tampa Bay and bought early win on his last leg. Oh, God, Clue. You're all for about the money, huh? So, what was your record in the first season, Clue? I'm just curious. So, here we go. We're going to do this, play this out. August. So, we're 50 and 61. We're 10 over where the Mets actually finished. I would like to be close to 500. There's a few changes there. We're 27 and a half back, though, of the Dodgers. We're not out of it, though. In fact, we're 6 in a 10-man league. 10-team league. We're as good as the Reds. No injuries to think of. So here we go. So, Felix Mantilla went on a streak, 8-game hit streak. Nice. So now the rosters expand. At this point now, I will ask the AI to set my entire organization up. And I can go from there. So, because you're in the September, the roster's obviously expanded to a point. I've only got 26. I've asked it to sort out my entire organization. It still only wants 26. That's fine. So another thing is, yeah, 6, yeah. Yeah, 6, yeah, well, we got there in the end. I mean, I don't know how accurate this is, but I've done it against trading difficulty hard as well. So the Mets, we're not going to get to the World Series, clearly. But 64 and 75 with a month to go, not bad. If I go to the actual team itself, Bob Miller is the ace. So far is 11 and 11 with a 3.78 ERA and a 1.32 whip. Frank Thomas seems to be doing the damage in terms of, let's see now, we're looking at his stat line. It's 270, 318, 443. Had 22 home runs. Al Jackson, who I seem to like in this game, is 15 and 9 now. I think, no Thornberry. I think Al Jackson, from what I'm learning, is very underrated. And the question is, was he the best pitcher on the 62 Mets? Top prospects, Ed Kranepool, 17 years old, is batting 325 in the minors. Jim Hardin is 8 and 4. Looks like he's had a taste of the real stuff. He's got a kit, he's got a jersey on. And Milton Smith, let's just see if we can give him a face for now. He's Caucasian, picture functions, new fictional picture. There we are. He's now got a face. I don't like beards in that era. How'd you do the beard bit? Ah. Beard style. No beard. There you go. A bit more verisimilitude there. Milton Smith, I don't know what you look like in real life, but there you are. You've now earned a place in the roster. And actually, Milton Smith was a career minor leaguer. Has he had a chance to play in the majors in my game? Yes, he has, folks. That's the kind of thing I like. He's batting .406 with a 5.571 on-base percentage. Nice. I don't know how he would develop. So, Jackson's best southpaw, you're right. Can't go wrong with Gil. Oh no, I can't have Gil Hodges. No. I love Gil Hodges, but I can't have him on my team. In fact, you want to know where Gil Hodges is? Gil Hodges is currently plying his trade away from me, and he is with the Boston Red Sox of Bernie's team. And is he making the team at the moment? No. Is he on their roster? Let's have a look. There he is. That's Gil Hodges. Gil is angry at the moment. I'm not very happy, man. Lots of awards. His batting stats in the game. He has batted only 73 times. Batting .260 with 3 home runs. It's over, Gil. It's over. It's over. It's over. I could be cheeky and trade back for him, but he won't come. No play. Well, this is Red Bolt. This is Red Bolt baseball for the Nation of One. So, you know, speaking of which, the Nation of One, I won't have a job in a minute if I don't get back to it. But so I'm going to call. Like I said, I'm going to get through August. I might just run through September because there are no more tinkerings I need to do with my team at this stage. So let's just run it through to the end. I forgot to look at Don McMahon and see if he's made any difference. Oh, personal message. That's just the report. And you know what? Maybe we might want to see these Mets in action and let it run. Okay, that's that. Let's go to scores. No, what Mets? We want schedule. Here we are. Here's my schedule for September for the Mets. We beat St. Louis 4-1, then we lost one. So that was a 1-1 record. Lost to the strong Pittsburgh Pirates. We've got a break. So let's do them against Colt 45s. I think someone said, you know, it's Colt 45s. Let's just play that game out. So I'll just call this. Luckily, we're out of the park. I think it goes a lot quicker than it does. I'm Cutthroat GM, Dwayne. That's correct. As you're saying it, that's correct, Mundo. I don't mess around. No sentiment here in the Red Boat Nation of One. So really, I'm not necessarily calling the game. I don't think I've got the voice for it today. But just to show you how my team plays. So here's Dave Giusti on the mound for the Colt 45s behind the plate. For those who recognize them more than I do. Hal Smith at first base. Norm Larker at second base. Joey Amalfitano. Shortstop, Don Buddin. Third base, another guy I recognize, Bob Aspromonte. In left field, Al the Boston Spangler. In center field, Mike White. And in right field, Roman Mahias. Only Aspromonte and Amalfitano that I remember. Dave Giusti, I do know, so I think he later becomes a Pirate. So let's just see where this takes us. So what I'm going to do, so that I can get Legends on or Dwayne on, I'm going to just do it till runners in scoring position. Here we go. So we have a runner, one man on, one man out. First thing, Come on, Frank. There's an error out there by the Colt 45s. Pudding's 36 error at shortstop. Lou Brock getting the shot. Because it's September, he's got a call up. So Lou Brock is on first. Will he steal a base? So Lou Brock is getting a chance here. Hey, Beatles in the house. I was just doing my 62 Mets career replay with Out of the Park. This is showing runners in scoring position only. I'm not calling the game. And there goes Lou Brock stealing a base. His second stolen base. Lou Brock, just to show you guys, has been lurking in my minor leagues. Lou Brock has now had 23 at-bats, 7 hits since September, and batting .304. Nice bit of grooming. I don't like that word, but anyway. In the minors all season, he's coming through. Lou Brock I got for, I think, Richie Ashburn. There we are. I gave them Grim Mason and Richie and got Lou Brock. Now, would that have happened in real life? Probably. Probably not. Lou Brock wasn't highly thought of by the Cubs. So just showing this off. Just fast forward it, see where we are. So we'll go straight down to the 7th inning. So Dave Juicy's still on the mound. Mets lead 2-1 against Houston. And we're back to Lou Brock. Lou, pickup from the Chicago Cubs. He's been hiding in the Mets system. He's now batting .280. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out. 1 away. But he's a Bob Neiman, a controversial pickup. He was an older player. It's on a $70,000 salary. Juicy looks in. He's 3-7 on the season. I just fast forwarded this game as I come towards the end of the stream. And here's Ed Boucher, a man who gets on base. And a little blooper into left center field. Base hit for Ed Boucher. Ray Washburn now comes in to pitch for Houston. 24-year-old is 4-2. Felix Mantilla at the plate. Just bringing it to an end. That one's hit high to right field. Taken. Yeah, Clue. I'm looking for Brock and Paul Blair. You're right. Also, I'll have Hubs or Hunt at short or second and second. So the young Mets are already beginning to form. And don't forget, there's a whole load of minor leaguers to look for that don't get a shot in real life, and they will perform. Al Jackson on the mound. Looking to hold this one down. I want to see how Ken Hubs plans out, considering he didn't make it to 64. Bob Neiman has been good. Well, he's cooled off a bit. I've got more familiar with the Mets. Here's Hobie Landreth, who's been pretty good this season. I don't know if he makes it into Legends Mets. How did Landreth get on with you, Clue? What are you saying, Clue? There's always something politically on the edge. I love Elio Chacon as well, Clue. Or everyone, because I've gotten used to them now. Mantilla and Chacon are better players than I thought. Now, you would know much more than I would. Here's Ken Hubbs. Top of the 8th inning. Batting .293, Ken. Rick Creel coming alive in this ballpark. Another one of these Field of Dreams players. Lost his life all too soon. But here's Ken. I wonder what happens after 1963 then, when he does die. Will he stop playing? I don't think so. I think we'll continue with him. Because it's recalc. We'll take his last 3 years and average them out and base it from that. Which is a nice way of getting around retro. Here's Brock. Yeah, base hit for Brock. That should be a double. A double for Lou Brock. Yes. I can see the future's bright, Clue. Yeah. The Red Bolts. There's a lot of Red Bolt philosophy in building these Mets. For those who don't know about, we're talking about Red Bolts. It's the league we ran by Steve and Beatles Eternally and Clue and Todd the creator. So just showing out the Mets. I not really want to call it at all. Just seeing them play this thing out. So here's McMahon on the mound. I did trade for him. I've got him picked up. I think I was fleeced a little bit, if I'm being honest. Don McMahon, I got him right just for the All-Star break. I gave up just a little more than I wanted to. But we got rid of Gus Bell. I should say got rid of. He deserves a bit more respect than that. We got rid of Gus Bell. And we got in... Where's the news? We got rid of Bernie Smith. The guy I didn't want to give up was Joe Christopher. So Joe Christopher's now a Milwaukee Brave. And since the All-Star break, hasn't really done much, so I'm not unhappy, but I didn't really want to give him up. He was a nice bench player for us. So let's just wrap this up. Started 62. Oh, really, Legends, yeah? So there's a limit to it. So Hobie's done all right. Hobie's done well. And Ed Boucher. These are guys that never really got a chance. And certainly Boucher never got a chance. But Ed Boucher, he's not hitting for me, but he will get on base. I don't care if he doesn't hit 300. As long as he gets on base at a 400 clip, I'm happy. It seems to be working. Mantilla's been disappointing of late. Looks like he's been in a slump. But we're leading 5-1. Nice. Against the fellow expansion, Colt 4-4. Here's Hobie Landreth. We've been talking about Hobie. It's cooled down a bit. Double play. So now, let's see now. Swift at the plate. Milton Swift is a guy I traded for. Again, he gets on base. I mean, look at these stats. It's only new, as in he never really got a chance to play in real life, but he does have his minor league stats. In fact, I'll have to see it on another page. It did have his minor league stats. But in my game, he's got a chance because he gets on base. Speaking of which, he just struck out. So now, Jay Hook comes to the mound, the guy I want to get rid of from the bullpen. Wasn't Boucher, I don't know what he was like in Philly. So, Legends gives you the clear top 8 at the position in terms of WAR for the franchise. Make the pool, yeah. Yeah, of course, Landry will fall well short. Yeah, good point there, Clue. So here's J Hook trying to shut it down as we just show off a bit of the 62 Mets I've got. One who Lou Brock is in there. I traded for him from the Cubs. He's buried in their system. They didn't value him very highly. So now it's up to us to make it work. And J Hook hits their batter. Double play. And that is why I have Ken Hubbs, a second baseman playing short. He's not bad. His actual position is shortstop, but we don't have one. So Hubbs has been playing all season. He's done a decent job out there. Certainly with the bat, he's done very well. Batting .293 with 12 home runs. Ken Hubbs identified him as a star of the future. In real life, tragic ending for him. Eno Chacon is a decent shortstop, I have to say. He's not done badly either, to be honest. Certainly with the bat, he's been weak, but he's part of the team. Boucher's playing first. I never knew he could. Not bad. Neiman has cooled off quite a lot. In fact, really badly, so that might come back to haunt me as we complete the last out. I don't think J Hook's going to be with us much longer on my roster. Set to center field, and that's the ball game. So that was it, just to show you off my Mets actually in action. And the last thing I'm going to show is Steve Dalkowski. I wanted to see Steve Dalkowski the other night. I had a quick look at him. The hardest thrower allegedly of this era, and you can see his stuff is pretty good, but his control is pretty bad. So statistically, because I thought about trading for him just for the laugh, he's 3-7 with a 4.3 ERA, 60 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts. So not overpowering, but he's got 49 walks. So no, we won't be having Steve Dalkowski. His real life stats, according to this, are intriguing to say the least. I don't think he was. In 1964, he goes on to go 8-4, and I think in real life, if I've read it correctly, he did actually get called up for Baltimore. But on the day that he was about to pitch, he twisted his ankle and never actually pitched a game of Major League Baseball. So Clue, you did what with him? Oh, really? So he does have off-field problems. Thank you, Clue. I didn't know. That's what I love about playing this kind of version of Out of the Park, where you can explore some of the histories that you might be aware of. Certainly when I was minor leaguers, I would not have known that about Ed Boucher. It was a bit of a nufta. Okay. Right, so folks, it's been a pleasure as I escaped work and I feel a lot better now. I will just end it here by saying the Mets have done a good job. We are currently 67-78, so we're 27 above where we should have been. Just a quick skirting down the team. If I was to do my front office, player development, graphical representation of the team, in terms of the entire organization, I can see Lou Brock is going to be taking over from Ed Boucher. So Ed's probably only got a season yet with us, but he doesn't know it. We'll call him into the office and give him the bad news. Brock, is he ready to start next season? We'll see in spring training. Frank Thomas, the blue-eyed boy, is going to stay with us for another season at least. We're still not at the end of the season. It's only September the 7th. But still, I'm already making plans, sharpening the knife. Ed Kranepool is in the minors. There's no AAA in this Mets organization, just A-ball. But I'm not unhappy with what I see with Kranepool. Not a superstar, but he's serviceable. Bob Newman is going to have a job hanging on to his place. Kurt Moulton is a youngster, good eye, may take over next year. Sammy Drake I've kept on the roster because I have a good feeling about him, but no statistical basis to back that feeling up. Shortstop, there's my shortstops and second baseman of the future. Paul Blair will probably play outfield, but Ken Hubbs will probably stay at short along with Ron Hunt. I see Paul Blair in center field. I see Lou Brock in left field. Third base, Mantilla needs to be replaced by any means necessary. He's just fodder at the moment. In terms of first base, I see Jim Marshall's losing his spot in the scouts' eyes. Jim has had a terrible on-base season. He's had 16 home runs, but it's time for Jim to go. Jim won't make it to the next season, I promise you. In the off-season, he's gone, baby, gone. In terms of the starters, Bob Miller's looking good. Jim Harding is one for the future, 19 years old. Al Jackson's my main man. I do like Al Jackson. He's done really well, actually. He's 16-10. Bob Miller has also done well. He's 12-11. Tracy Stallard, he'll hang around. Definitely be around for a season or two until we draft the likes of Tom Seaver and Nolan Ryan and those guys. Because I put it on automatic draft import. There's Roger Craig. And there's my bullpen. So Don McMahon has not come in and done very well at all so far, but I'll give him a season to settle in. Clem Lebine is going to be retiring soon. I don't know much about Craig Anderson other than he's had a good season. Ken McKenzie has had a reasonable season. George Warford, I don't know who this kid is, but he played a season or two of minor leagues in the Midwest League. He could get a shot, but that's a risk. So folks, thank you very much for coming in. My minor league system is 18th overall. So I shall catch up with y'all soon. So, legends, in true MV style, Beatles knows what's coming.